Almost 3.8 million unemployment claims have been filed in our state since the beginning of the pandemic. As more and more businesses reopen, more job opportunities are becoming available, while at the same time, many still have questions about their unemployment benefits, and federal benefits are set to expire. So we're going to talk about all of those things. We have two experts for you to help you navigate all of this. Chris Rivera from Guilford Works, and Will Graham is the COO of Graham Personnel Services. So this is how you get your question to our experts. You text that question, and that number is 336-379-5775. Remember, this is a text only, so please don't call. All right, let's get first and foremost, Chris, to the letter that was just sent out to all folks who are getting unemployment.
Yeah, so from my understanding, the Division of Employment Security has sent out a letter to all current UI recipients or unemployment benefit recipients, advising them that, pending further action from the federal government, the federal unemployment benefits that have been supplementing the state benefits is due to expire the week ending September the 4th. Individuals really should keep an eye out for this letter. It talks about the services that are available through the local one-stop system or the NC Works Career Center, specifically training services and placement services or employment services that are available to them.
All right, so once again, we want to make it really clear. September the 4th is when those federal pandemic unemployment benefits, they will stop.
They will stop.
Okay, and it will go back to the regular, just the state unemployment benefit.
That's correct. So individuals probably will have the questions of, if that benefit ends, do I need to reapply or something like that? All this means is that the $300 supplement will no longer be applied to their normal state benefits.
Okay.
So if an individual was collecting $200 per week, it will just go back to that state benefit.
All right, so you don't have to be reapplying because the federal drops off, but you do have to continue to do that weekly check-in.
That is absolutely, that is a North Carolina requirement that, the governor now requires that anyone who's collecting benefits does look or actively look for work and document a minimum of 3 work searches per week. Keep a record of those searches and be prepared to provide them to employment staff upon request.
All right, so more and more folks are going to be heading into the workforce, especially as a lot of those pandemic benefits are ceasing to expire or ceasing to be there in September. So Will Graham is with Graham Personnel Services. That doesn't mean it's based in Graham. That is his last name. We always want to make sure that we're really clear about that. You guys just did a study of about 900 people who are entering the workforce about what the most important things are. And this is a big deal for not only the people who are answering that question, but employers.
Yes, you bet. So we surveyed 20,000 of our most recent job applicants in the Triad area. And we actually got a very large response, about 900 responses to a myriad of questions, and the 4 main ones we put in here. And this is, I think, great for job seekers, but it's also great for employers too. It'd be very helpful. And what we did was ask our candidates many questions, and by far, number one, what is most important to you when you're looking for a job is pay. 76% of the people responded that was their number one priority. So if you're an employer out there looking for job seekers, you've got to know that you are going to have to pay. You're going to have to probably beat the average, and you need to know what the average is for each of the job titles and job skills that you have. Another question that we asked is, are you actively looking for another job? The largest response was of 35.5% were actively looking. And the second largest response was, yes, I would consider looking if someone reached out to me. So there is going to be a large transition in the workforce that is going on. I read an article in the news the other day that they were calling this year the Great Resignation, where folks are going to look for other job opportunities. And then another question that we asked was, how long are you willing to drive for your job? The number one response there was 21 to 30 minutes, which is a pretty standard commute. But it gives employers and job seekers what kind of a radius of what you should go after when looking for employees. And if you are currently unemployed, what is the number one reason you would rejoin the workforce? Increased hourly pay was the number one answer there. Government benefits coming going in was an answer, as well as more flexible and shift hours. So this really allowed us to get into the minds of the job seekers and what they're looking for.
All right, so if you are a job seeker, then we have something else for you as well. So Will's going to be talking about some of the positions that are open in his spot. But first, I want to get to you, Chris, because there is a job fair that is coming up next week.
Yeah, so at our NC Works Career Center in Greensboro, we're holding a multi-employer hiring event at 2301 West Meadowview Road. I believe we have some 16 or 17 employers. It's the third large one that we've done at our career center. So individuals that are looking for higher wage positions, you certainly have Spectrum and United Healthcare. Guilford County is doing some hiring from this event. The city of Greensboro, Guilford County Schools, for those that we're talking about, government benefits being a value and things like that. So certainly we encourage individuals to come out.
Yeah, you tied all that together. Yeah, all the people that had answered his survey, yes, these are the kinds of jobs that they were looking for sure. Okay, we're going to continue to answer the question of what other jobs are out there. And then we're getting a few questions in the queue about certain things about benefits and such. We're going to tackle those when we come back. You can text your question in. We'll be here in just a few minutes.